we are the 35th Commencement Day program at BIMTECH Greater Noida. And we have with us Ms. Bhavna Batra, the Executive Director of Global People Program Leader, S&P Global. Welcome to 10 Years, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am, today the students who have joined this institute are the future leaders. They are the people who will shape the Indian economy in the future. And these same students will join the MNCs and will contribute towards the economy. So what is your advice or message to them?
So I think the only thing that I will say is, irrespective of what they do, whether they join a multinational, a startup, create something of their own, remain positive, because there is a plethora of opportunity out there. Yes, there will be challenges, but with positive thinking, with a problem-solving mindset, and with an orientation to really add value to the organization that you're a part of, the clients that you serve, the ecosystem that you're a part of. I think with that kind of an orientation, everything will get done. So I just wish them all the best, because it's an exciting world.
And ma'am, taking this topic of opportunities that is at their disposal forward, in what ways has the COVID impacted the industry, and what should the students do to equip themselves to be a part of the workforce in the post-pandemic world and a productive part of it?
Yeah, I think what COVID has done is really forced us to, in many ways, reimagine how we work. So, aspects like how do we work in a hybrid context and yet remain productive, working from home, not necessarily always being in touch with your team and your manager, and yet being extremely productive. This is a very important change, and ensuring that you remain energized even with prolonged periods of work from home or a hybrid work culture. I think that's one change to get used to. I think the second really important one is that there is a lot of information out there. I mean, we live in the information era, and all organizations do attempt to ensure that they get maximum amount of information across to people. But a lot of that is in the form of information on your intranet, could be through meetings, could be through town halls. How do you make time to digest that information so that you are cued into the big picture of your organization or your context? I think that's the other thing that you have to make time for, because it's very easy to get sucked into your day-to-day work life and then say, I don't have time to go onto the internet and read, or I don't have time to join some of these town halls, or there are just too many meetings on my calendar. But how do you prioritize and balance so that you are absorbing some of this important information? I think that's the other switchover that's also happened with COVID.
And I'm sure, ma'am, the students will also be able to adapt, adapt themselves to be, get used to this situation. And ma'am, taking this forward, my last question to you is, in your address, you talked about the importance of networking and building relationships in today's time. So how should the students go about it so that it can be fruitful to them in the future?
So I think relationships is all about authentic, honest connections between people, right? So when it comes to building relationships, just be yourself, be real, right? Every relationship is not built with a purpose in mind. It is not built with an objective in mind or something that you want to achieve from that relationship. What I would encourage people to do is get out of your comfort zone. Get to know diverse people from diverse backgrounds, interact with them, have the emotional intelligence to understand what drives whom, and leverage your relationships to learn, right? Leverage your relationships to experience or to understand what drives different people and how to deal with different situations differently. And that's why I feel that relationships are so crucial, and there's nothing special that needs to be done. I think you have to be honest, you have to be authentic, and you have to realize that to build relationships means to build trust. So however you build trust, that's up to you.
Very enlightening words, I must say, ma'am. And I totally agree with you when you said that students should get out of their comfort zone, because there are a plethora of opportunities at their disposal, and it depends on how they perform and how they look forward to towards their future. Thank you so much for talking to 10 News, ma'am. I'm Shelly Agrawal, and you're watching 10 News.